Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video where I'll be talking about other nerd stuff. This time we're talking about Supergirl while I'm going to be building one of my Lego sets that I got for Christmas. You know, I'm working on another review for this one. So yeah, I want to talk about Supergirl. I know I'm a little bit behind. It's been out for about 2 weeks now. People were kind of talking about it a little bit for a while until all the Avengers Doomsday stuff started going. And I mean, everybody's going crazy about that now. This is once again the second movie to James Gunn's DCU. Of course, the first one was Superman, and you guys know I'm not very hot in that movie. I'm still not the biggest fan of it. I think he was the wrong person for the job, and I don't think that his style goes well with whatever he wanted to do for Superman.
Oh, that's really good.
It had a good cast for sure, but I don't think that was good enough to save the movie, which, I mean, it wasn't bad, but like, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of that movie, no matter, I mean, there's probably some people that really love it, some people that really don't, especially the ones that are all about the Zack Snyder DCU, which, I mean, fine, whatever, I still wasn't a fan of that either, but I think that there are some elements from the Zack Snyder DCU that was kind of interesting. At least it felt more cohesive compared to whatever we're getting with James Gunn's DC, which, going back to that, Supergirl being the second movie feels weird. I feel like it should be Batman, or at the very least Superman 2, which we are getting in 2027. But like, I don't know, shouldn't it be like Batman, Wonder Woman, or something like anybody else than Supergirl? Which, by the way, I'm not saying I don't like Supergirl. I love Supergirl. She's great in the comic books. I mean, who doesn't like Supergirl? But like, it feels weird that she's the second one that you introduce in your DCU. But it makes sense for James Gunn because, I mean, he wants to do more of the stuff that are kind of his style, you know, with the raunchy, stupid humor and annoying jokes and random gags and flexing his Spotify playlist or whatever, which I feel like we're going to see a lot more of that here in Supergirl. I mean, in the trailer itself, it literally has a scene where Supergirl's drunk and partying and all of that, which I bet you there's going to be a scene like in Peacemaker Season 2, maybe not as big as the extent of Season 2 was, but like, there's probably gonna be a scene where Supergirl is dancing to some cool pop song from James Gunn's Spotify playlist, and you know, it's gonna take a big amount of time, and there's gonna be a scene where Supergirl is like fighting a bunch of bad guys while she's drunk in her Star-Lord jacket while listening to her Star-Lord headphones, and then she's like beating people up while listening to like 70s, 80s pop music. I bet you that is gonna be a thing. It doesn't work for all movies. It worked for Guardians of the Galaxy. It doesn't really work for Superman. I guess with his version of Supergirl, it could work. But then again, because of how James Gunn literally does every single one of his projects, this is just going to look like another tired James Gunn project where he's just copying Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, even the sets in that movie literally looks like what he used in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, the scenes where she's fighting a bunch of bad guys with their guns literally looks like something straight out of the Guardians of the Galaxy. She's literally wearing a coat and sunglasses and headphones like Star-Lord. Like, come on, dude. You're basically just copying what you did there. And I know this movie isn't directed by James Gunn, but he is still the head of the DCU, and that means he can kind of insert whatever the hell he wants in any of the movies that he overlooks, including this one. You already see it in the trailer, which, by the way, it doesn't really get me excited for the movie, in my opinion, especially given that we've just seen this type of movie done so many times by the same dude as well. And I don't know, it's like this movie's going to be competing with Spider-Man, which I'm more inclined to watch, in my opinion, because I'm not a big fan of how the DCU is panning out now. It's probably going to be the same way he did Superman and Peacemaker, except maybe not to the extent of Peacemaker. You know that this movie's probably going to be making fun of Superman as well. I mean, the first shot of the movie, the trailer, literally has Crypto peeing on Superman. Like, bro, come on. I don't know what you're trying to say here, but it kind of shows the respect, or the level of respect, rather, that James Gunn has for, you know, his characters and what he has for Superman in particular. Which, I mean, you already know how they're kind of dismissing the whole truth, justice, and the American way kind of thing that Superman should have, but they didn't use for the Superman movie, which they should have.
There must be a reason for you to be here.
Yes, I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
And they kind of make fun of it here, which could work if they had used it in Superman, but they didn't. So it just makes it seem like they're kind of doubling down even more on just making fun and trashing Superman, which they've already done in his own movie by having him getting beaten up way too many times.
Thanks for watching him, bitch!
Language.
You know, of course, I love Superman. I want to see him do and be done so much better than what he was now. It saddens me to say that I don't care. Because, like, it's gonna be another one of the same stuff James Gunn's been doing. And it just makes me worried because every single one of the projects he's released so far for DC has had the same tone and the same stuff. Just, of course, the different levels of craziness. Are they gonna do that with, like, Superman 2 with Wonder Woman? Are they gonna do that with, like, friggin' the Green Lanterns TV show, which I think should also be coming out next year. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna pan out. But, like, once again, if James Gunn continues to just indulge himself in the same stuff, I don't know if I'm gonna be sticking with the DCU very long. Maybe this movie ends up being really good. I really hope it does, and I really hope that I'm proven completely wrong with this. Let me know what you guys think of Supergirl. By the way, if you hear like stuff in the background, that's my sister. She's watching Home Alone 2, which, I mean, it's right after Christmas. It works perfectly. It's a great movie. So sorry if you guys could hear that in the background. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys soon. And yeah, Merry Christmas once again. And yeah, hope you guys will... I don't know what to say anymore. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.